In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, I'd like to show you how you can take PowerDirector and use it as a basic photo editing piece of software. It has quite a few tools that you can apply, and you don't have to have a separate photo editing piece of software to do some very interesting things. Now, if you're a subscriber of the suite, you also have PhotoDirector. We won't deal with that in this particular tutorial. Let me show you some of the things you can do that might surprise you when it comes to photographs. So I'm going to take the image of the guys on the beach and drag it to track 1. And you notice it takes my aspect ratio and it changes it to 4:3. I'm going to go back to 16:9. And we'll work on this in a minute. Then I have another image, another beach. This is a different kind of image. We have some fishermen and some gals. And so let's do some editing. Now let's assume I want one image to have the same tone and texture of the other one. The way I can make them more similar is click on one of them on the timeline, hold the Control key down, and then click on the other one. When I have more than one highlighted, and I can match between an image and a video even, or two videos or any combination. But when I have more than one highlighted, I'll click on Color Match. Now that opens a panel where I have a reference on the left and a target on the right. So it will try to take the color tone of the left screen and apply it to the right screen. I click on the Match Color button, and here's what it does. Now this is a little more grainy, gritty, dark than I want, but I can change any of these four variants on the left side. If I turn the level back, you see it becomes a little more similar to the one on this side. I can change the brightness too. I can take it down or up anywhere I want, and as well as the saturation and the hue values. So I can make some minor modifications only on the screen, but that's not the end of it. Now, if I want to match the other way, let's see what would happen. I'm going to click on Reset on the lower left side. And this time we'll switch the images by clicking on the double arrow between the two panels. Now it's going to try to match these colors to the right target photograph. So I'll click on Match Color again, and now it did its best. But again, now I have to make sure I turn the level down a little bit. Don't want to lose all the darks here. And so it matched it, but we're still off a little bit. We'll show you how to tweak that later. So if you want certain images that you're going to use in your video project to be similar in tone and texture, this is a way to do it, or it's just a way to make them similar for any other reason. I'm going to click on Apply. And now what I want to do is something different. I want to make a composite image. So I'm going to take these guys and put them inside the photograph of the gals and the fishermen. So first of all, I'm going to click on the left image. I'm going to click on the Edit button. And here I want to go into the AI Tools option on the left. Now if this panel is too small, I won't see all of the controls here. I have a color control, but it's kind of hidden over here. But I want the AI Tools. We'll click on Background Remover, and I'll click on AI Background Remover. I think I'm going to feather the edge just a little bit more. That's a little better. And I have an advanced button if I want to use it. We won't go into some of those controls in this tutorial. So I like that, so I'm going to click the X button. And now I have it, and now it has no background. So I'll take this image and drag it below the other image. And we'll click here, and now we have them as part of the other scene. So let's make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to move them over. And let's see if we can match the colors even a little better between these guys and the rest of the scene here. So with the bottom track highlighted, I'm going to click on Edit again. And this time we're going to go into the color segments. One of the things that surprised me is how you can change the temperature and tint, and they change a great deal. Let's take the temperature and drag it to the right, see what happens. It becomes more golden, more suntanned. If I want it to the left, it becomes more pale. So I can decide what level I want to try to match over here. Do I want it darker or not? Let's try the tint. If I drag it to the right, it's more pinkish. To the left, it's more greenish. And I'm not going to move that much, just a little bit maybe. I can also change the saturation. If I turn it back again, it's a little less pronounced. The vibrance, that's a good combination there, but I still need to get it dark. Now what I find here that's good is I've got the light coming in on her arm and her back, on that side, on their arms and back, so the light's coming from the right direction. We need another kind of control here. What one shall we use? Well, let's use the one called light. And here we have exposure, brightness, contrast, and highlight. If I take the brightness and I turn it back a little bit, it's a little closer to what we have behind. I can also take the exposure. I tend not to mess with this much, but that can be up or down. There, I just changed it by 2. So oftentimes when it comes to color, you don't want to change a lot of make a lot of change because it won't necessarily make it fit. You have some other options you have. You have HDR, you have HSL. This is hue, saturation, and luminance. And so if you want to make some minor changes here, let's take the orange and we'll back it up back to the left or go to the right. We can move the red. Red, orange, and yellow are the primary colors in human pigment. So you can adjust these to your preference. And if you want to click the back arrow, it resets everything to the way it was before. So we have a little bit of a closer fit than we had when we started. Now, if you like what you've done, let's click over here. And I want to make a single image of this composite. I just click on the timeline and do Control P, and that will create an image of that screen. Then I navigate to wherever I want to restore my picture. Let's give it a title. Let's call this just Mix. Press Enter. And now I have an image that's a composite image. If I drag over here, that's Mix. That makes it look like all of these were part of that image. So whether I want to just change the image inside of a PowerDirector program or just multi-layer things in any photo I have, I can do all that kind of editing and color correction and adjustment simply by using PowerDirector itself.